Back again, another Euros roundup, let's go. So in this video, I'm just going to go through the Euros results from Matchday 3. I'm going to look at the groups, look at how the groups fared up in comparison to my predictions that I did at the start of the Euros, and then I'm also going to give my predictions for the round of 16. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's look at the groups. So first up, Group A. I covered this on the last one because I just recorded afterwards. But Italy 1, Wales 0, Switzerland 3, Turkey 1. We went through it a bit. But yeah, results that we all kind of expected. Turkey were the main talking point of this group because of just how unbelievably shit they were. Despite everyone calling them the dark horse of the tournament, me included, I fell into the trap of the Turkey dark horse like everyone else did. So this is how the table stood at the end. Turkey bottom, -7 goal difference. Italy top, 9 points, +7 goal difference. So yeah, it was a tale of a failed dark horse and an actual dark horse. On to Group B now, and this one was enthralling. The last game, Russia 1, Denmark 4. What a game that was. And Finland 0, Belgium 2. Finland held out for quite a while in that game, but they just got pipped right at the end, really. A terrible own goal from the goalkeeper, and then a final Belgium goal put the nail in the coffin. And it was a shame for them. But yeah, as you can see, Finland aren't in the competition anymore, and Russia just bottled it on the last day. But I'm really happy for Belgium to get their first win and also win it by 4-1 in front of their home crowd. What a performance that was. And Mikkel Damsgaard and Andre Christensen, I bow down to you. What amazing, amazing goals they both scored. Brilliant. As for Belgium, 6 goal difference, 9 points, like easy. Light work for Belgium, wasn't it really? And they've put themselves in the mix to be one of the favourites. Group C was an interesting one. Austria got the win that they needed, and then obviously Netherlands kind of annihilated North Macedonia. Although North Macedonia did score 2 goals in that game, I believe. They were just ruled out for offside, which was unfortunate. But yeah, as you can see from the table, that meant that Ukraine did go through. They scraped through. They're playing Sweden, I believe, in the round of 16. Austria through. I think they're playing France, which, unlucky. And Netherlands comfortably through, 9 points. And I think they're playing the Czech Republic. So that'll be an interesting matchup because Netherlands are quite a free-flowing attacking team, whereas Czech Republic, I think, are a bit more rigid from when I watched them. So that'll be an interesting one. But yeah, Netherlands did very well. Impressed me a lot. Gino Wijnaldum, what a player. Just unbelievable. On to Group D. Now this one, heartbreak for Scotland. I've already said my commiserations to them. I hope they enjoy the journey home. I hope they enjoy watching England in the round of 16 on TV, on their sofas, yeah. I don't know why I'm talking like this, like England are going to be in the tournament for any longer, but oh well, we move. So as you can see, England 1, Czech Republic 0, already talked about that game, and then Croatia 3, Scotland 1. I thought Scotland had a chance, I thought they did, but Croatia have just a bit too much quality in their ranks, don't they? Here's the table. England topped the group with 7 points. They're playing Germany in the round of 16. Croatia, I can't remember who Croatia are playing for the life of me. I'll have a look in a second. And Czech Republic made it through on 3rd place. By the way, what do you think of this 3rd place going through system? 4 out of the 6. Why am I using hand gestures? 4 out of the 6 teams that finished 3rd place go through. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. It loses a bit of the jeopardy in some of the games, I think. But the argument against it is that you don't have lesser teams playing in the tournament and making the tournament look boring. But come on, they could put more teams in. Norway, Republic of Ireland, these are exciting teams to watch. The penultimate group here, Sweden topping the group and Spain finishing 2nd, which is an interesting one. Sweden beating Poland 3-2. Amazing game that was, actually. Sweden went 2-0 up. Robert Lewandowski tried to clinch it for them, for Poland, but Sweden scored in the last minute, which put them top. And Spain just annihilated Slovakia. I had that on my other screen and I was kind of flicking between them, just watching one, watching the other. Slovakia were just terrible. They were an embarrassment. An embarrassment to their nation they were. Martin Dubravka, what are you doing? He punched the ball into his own net. I mean, that was embarrassing. And then finally, the pick of the groups. France, Germany and Portugal go through. And sadly, Hungary bow out. But they can bow out with their heads held high because they put up a really good fight against Germany. Both results ended 2-2. Ronaldo scoring 2 penalties. Benzema scoring 2 goals, which happened to be in exactly the same minute and exactly the same second, interestingly enough. But Hungary almost had it. almost had it, but Goretzka scored a painful deflected goal at the end. And it is really, really unfortunate for Hungary because they held out. They deserved something, I thought, but that's football. Quality shines through in the end, and that's what happened with the Germany team. So on my phone, I've got it here. I'll put it on screen to the side of me. I'll split it down so you can see it here. I have the round of 16 bracket, and we're going to go through the games, and we're going to go through my predictions for the first games. So starting off, we have Belgium versus Portugal, and I think that's going to be an interesting one. I do think that Belgium have slightly more quality in their ranks. However, their defence is a bit shaky, and Portugal have got a really nice free-flowing attack. We saw that from the counter-attack goal against, who was it? Against Germany. Bernardo Silva to Diogo Jota to Ronaldo. So that's going to be a very close game, and it's very dependent on how the stars turn out. If Kevin De Bruyne's not on his game that day, then I can't see Belgium doing as well as they would do. But I still think that Belgium are just going to eclipse Portugal in that one. But I think it's going to be a high scorer. So I'm going to go Belgium beating Portugal. But I think it's going to be about 3-2 or so. Up next, Italy versus Austria. That's tonight. And Italy are going to win that, aren't they? Surely. They've just got so much quality ahead of Austria. So I'm going to go with an Italy for that one, which means I think they'll play Belgium in the quarterfinals, which will be a great match. Up next, it's France against Switzerland. I was wrong earlier when I said that it was Austria playing France. It's actually Switzerland playing France. Unlucky Switzerland. I can't see much else other than a French win in that, but I'd love to be proven wrong, but I don't think I will. So yeah, I'm going to go with the France win for that one. I think it's going to be 2 or 3-0 to France. They've just got so much quality in their ranks that Switzerland don't have. So yeah, a French win for that one. Up next, Croatia against Spain. Ooh, that is going to be a tight one. I think that Croatia are going to win that. I do. I just don't see. I know Spain just demolished Slovakia, but I think that was a lot more down to Slovakia being bad than Spain being particularly good from what I saw. So I'm going to go with a Croatian win, just because I think that they'll play rigid, they'll play stubborn. Spain won't take the chances, and Croatia will hit them on the counter. They'll hit them with a couple maestros in midfield, like Brozovic, Modric. They've got Rebic, who's really good up front as well. And I think they'll just beat Spain at their own game. Spain aren't a good side, I don't think. They're not, from what I've seen of them. So yeah, I think Croatia will play France in the quarterfinals, and I think that'll be a repeat of the World Cup final as well. I think France demolished them, but that's for another day when we go on to what actually happens in the quarterfinals, because no doubt I'll be wrong. Switzerland against Ukraine, the battle of the blue and yellow flags. I think, what did I just say? Sweden against Ukraine, the battle of the yellow and blue flags. Well, Sweden are going to have that. I've watched Ukraine and I didn't think they were very good. There was a few times when they played well, but they were against North Macedonia, and no disrespect to North Macedonia, but they don't have the quality in their ranks that other sides do. And when Ukraine came up against Austria, they were poor. It showed to me that they lacked a lot in their squad, whereas watching Sweden play against Poland, watching Sweden play against Spain, watching Sweden play against Slovakia, 3 games I've seen Sweden play, and I think, yeah, there's something about the Sweden side. They've got the quality in their ranks. They've got Alexander Isak. They've got Emil Forsberg. So I think Sweden will win that one, but I could be wrong. England versus Germany. I've already spoken about this game. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to put it off until Tuesday and not think about it because it's just not enjoyable. But in my preview video, I said England 2, Germany 1, and I'm going to stick by it. I have to. Do I necessarily think that's going to happen? On a good day, I do think that will happen. But I am coming at it from an incredibly biased, hopeful angle, and I can admit that within myself. I'm wearing an England kit right now, so there you go. So yeah, I think if England do win that, they'll play Sweden in the quarterfinals. That is a repeat of the World Cup in 2018 as well. Was that the quarterfinals against Sweden? I think it was, and we won that. So let's hope that happens again. Netherlands against Czech Republic. Netherlands are going to win that, I do think. I think they're just about going to win it though. From watching them in the group stage, I think they've just got a bit more quality in their ranks ahead of Czech Republic. Czech Republic don't seem to have a lot going for them apart from being a bit rigid. They've got Patrick Schick, who's good. They've got Sufal and Souček, who are also good. But watching them against England, they don't have a lot going for them, I don't think. So I'm going to go with Netherlands beating them. I'm going to go for like a 2-0, 2-1 kind of result. I think Netherlands just have a bit too much quality going forward. And finally, the game that's on at 5 p.m. today, Wales against Denmark. Two sides that I have in the sweepstake. I've got a sweepstake, and Wales and Denmark are my two sides. So one of them is bound to get knocked out in this game. And I think it's going to be Wales. Hear me out, Wales fans. You'll already know the result by the time you've watched this, probably. I just think Denmark are too good. I don't think the group stage is an accurate representation of their ability. The first game was just overshadowed by the Christian Eriksen incident. The second game against Belgium. Belgium are a different kettle of fish to any other side that you'll face in this tournament, aside from France, maybe Italy. And they looked really good against Belgium. And if it wasn't for just a few moments of quality from Kevin De Bruyne, if they just managed to, double up on him, or Schmeichel managed to save that one down to his right-hand side, which he potentially could have, they would have come away with a result. So I think that Denmark are going to beat Wales, but I think it's going to be a good game. It's not going to be a demolition. I think it's going to be end-to-end stuff, and I think that Denmark just have a bit more quality in their side in comparison to Wales, and I think that they'll win 2-1. I'd say about 2-1. I'm not going to go into the quarter-final games in this video purely because my predictions are probably going to be wrong, aren't they? And I'll talk about that when it comes to the quarterfinals. But if you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Please leave a comment down below your thoughts on the group stages as well as the round of 16. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like about the games, what teams you liked, what teams you didn't like. Subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, I'll see you for another video soon.